What's up everyone, James here, and in today's video we're going to be unboxing and setting up, along with a bit of a review, this, which is a Boyu Aquarium fan. So it's a cooling fan that you put onto your fish tank. So if, like me, you have your tanks in a room that sometimes gets a little bit warm in the summertime, for me mine's in a kitchen, so although the temperature is fairly stable in here, when it gets to the summertime and say the oven is turned on, it creates a bit of heat in here. So I want to just sort of keep a way of keeping more for my marine fish behind me, sort of that temperature a little bit more stable as opposed to fluctuating. If I'm honest, I don't particularly mind the fluctuation in the temperature. I have openly said this before on previous videos that I think that having a fluctuation in temperature is a good thing, but obviously if it swings too high or too low, then that's when it becomes a bit of an issue. But yeah, for the purpose of this, I just want to make sure that for my marine fish we could sort of keep that temperature more stable, because they're a bit more sensitive from what I've found in the past. So yeah, let's unbox it, let's take a look at it, and let's get it set up. So before we get started, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I put out weekly videos on things just like this and various other different bits and pieces on my fish keeping journey, so hopefully there's something for everybody. But yeah, subscribe, hit that bell notification, follow along, and yeah, enough of that, let's get to it. Alright then, so this is the fan. As I said, it's by a company called Boyu. However, when I bought it online, it said that it was by All Pond Solutions, so I guess that they sell on behalf of this brand as well. But yeah, this is the box. Feels fairly heavy, as you can see. Instructions there about obviously not dropping it in the water. A few other bits and pieces in terms of manufacturing. This fan is there's 6 different individual fans on this. This was literally £2 more than the three fan version of this this piece of kit. So yeah, I got it at a great time on Amazon, and yeah, seems to be pretty cool. But yeah, let's get it open and have a look. Alright, so this is the product. All it comes in terms of packaging is a plastic bag and this box. There's not actually any polystyrene or anything to sort of protect it, so yeah, that could be better really, because something like this I can imagine can get damaged quite easily. But in terms of the casing, it feels very sturdy. I don't feel like I could break that easily enough. Yeah, I mean, that seems alright. These are made of plastic, they're not sort of metal or anything, but yeah, it shouldn't matter. Sidewise, it comes with a connector for your plug there and a switch. So yeah, seems alright so far. Like I said, everything looks good, so yeah, let's get it on the fish tank and yeah, see if we can get it going. Alright everyone, so I had to have a bit of a jig around because the fan was quite long, so I've moved the hang on to the right hand side. I'm actually planning on upgrading this, I think I've said before in a previous video, so hopefully I won't be around too much longer. And yeah, we got the fan set up. Don't know if you can hear, if I'd be quiet for a second. That's the sort of noise that you're getting from the fan. They have engaged now. I have the fan plugged into my thermostat here, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the temperature drops. It's only going to drop a couple of degrees, I'm hoping, so yeah, we can keep an eye on that and see how well it's doing. Alright everyone, so it's been about 5 weeks now since I've had the fan hooked up to the aquarium, and I have to say, after all this time, I really like the product. Actually, I think it's a really nice product. It's built very well, it's very sturdy. Definitely. The only thing that I think that bothers me a little bit was when I first sort of installed it on the aquarium, it vibrated quite a lot, but since I've kind of tightened the screws a little bit more and sort of angled it in a different way, it seems to have fixed that issue. But yeah, it was just something to sort of bear in mind really. When you touch the plug or the actual fan unit whilst it's on, it's not hot, which is a really good sign, because a lot of equipment like this, you know, obviously they run quite warm sometimes, especially when they're trying to cool down other things. So it's a really good sign that it's not overheating. It's quite loud if you've got the fans running. Obviously there's 6 fans in one big strip. You can't turn each fan on individually or half the stack, which would be quite a cool option if there was that. Be just nice if there was a switch so you could maybe only do half the fans, because sometimes you might not need them all. But I have to say that when you turn those fans on, yeah, it makes a loud noise, but it's no louder than any other fan that you've got on, say, a quite a high setting. So it's kind of what it sounds like really. It's not a quiet mode on a fan or anything. It is quite loud, like I said, but my God, does it cool your aquarium down quick. It's not rapid or instant as with anything in life, but I feel that for the job it's doing, it certainly drops that temperature pretty impressively, to be honest. If you've got, say, like I am, I mean, it's in the midst of summer right now and it is absolutely boiling in this room what I'm standing in. And I've just turned the aquarium off, or the fan off, for a little while whilst I do this video, because you would not hear me if not. And the temperature's already started to increase, so it's doing a really good job of keeping the temperature down. It doesn't cause any sort of massive surface agitation or waves in the water, because I know that might be a factor to something like this. I suppose a downside is obviously because it's quite long, you need to make sure you've got quite a lot of space in your aquarium. I mean, I had to move my hang-on back filter from the back of the aquarium to the side because they wouldn't fit next to each other. So you could argue that's a bit of a pain, but I'm hoping that shortly I'm going to be upgrading this hang-on filter from this aquarium and having something out of the tank as opposed to in. So hopefully that'll clear up a bit more space. But yeah, overall I think that it's a really decent product for the money that I paid. I don't know what it's like compared to other products on the market, because this is the first one I've ever owned. I've used in the past like a normal desk fan, which obviously does the job pretty decently. So, you know, some could argue that if you've got one of those lying around, just stick that near the aquarium and you're good to go. The thing that I do like about this though, because last year I had just a normal fan pointing to my tank, and I just found like it was really hard to position it, and I had to try and find somewhere really high up. And then I bought like a little USB sort of desk fan that you'd have in an office, and that died on me after a day. So yeah, I just thought, no, I'm gonna take the plunge, go for something like decent, that's got good reviews, and yeah, and you can clip it to the aquarium. It faces direct onto the water, so you get that instant sort of, you know, begin of the cool, which is really good. So I'm really pleased with it, really happy. I can't say any fairer than that for the time being. I think that the only thing that I could say is let's give it 6 months or a year and revisit, but since, like I said, it's doing its job for the summer period, I'm really impressed. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Do you use any other fans to cool your aquariums, or any other different methods? I know some people like to go a bit more risque and put ice cubes in a bag and stick that in the water. Some people like to do water changes, but I feel that maybe using a fan is a bit of a better option, because you're sort of slowly cooling the water down, so you're causing less of a shock to your fish maybe than what you would if you chucked a load of ice into the water, which yeah, is disputable if that's a good thing or not. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, let me know in the comments. If you want to support the channel, there's also links to all of my Patreon, my merch store, my social media, everything in the comments below. So if you want to follow along or help support the channel, you can do that by clicking those links. And until next time, you stay safe.